we're talking about money matters. So who pays on the first date? Lennon, looks like you have something to say. Right?
You know what? Actually, I do. There's one time, this is like a very random moment, but there's one time that I got clowned because apparently I mentioned going to the movies or something like that, and she's like, I hope you're not one of those guys that take girls to the movies and end up paying on the first date type of thing. And she was like, basically boosting how some females say that they're independent, but at the same time they want you to pay for the first date. So therefore that would make you not independent.
So you shouldn't pay her on the first date?
Well, that's what she was saying. So I don't know. I think it depends on the person, but yeah.
I think first of all, who makes the offer, right?
Okay.
And then what that person means to you, or what you have planned, or what your objective with that person is. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If you're really digging a girl, like if I'm digging a girl, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, and we go out, you know what I mean, to a movie or wherever. You know what I mean? It's nothing. It's no biggie, you know. But like, if you don't really care for the person, like, you know, and it's kind of raw, but
Bring your money. And your luster.
you know, but even though more times, I'd still probably pay. Yeah, like, but I'm just saying, in any case, you know.
Yeah.
Does anyone have anything opposite to say? Does anyone think everyone should be 50-50?
I think it depends who initiates the date.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you ask a guy out, you're paying?
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
Yeah,
That's just for some people. Like most girls' mentality is that this guy's gonna pay right away.
Yeah.
That's
And if
true.
he doesn't, he's cheap or da. But on the other hand, there's other girls who, if a guy does offer to pay, she might think this guy's trying to get something. Like he's doing it for a reason. Because at the end of the day, why are you going out? Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta keep it real. Like, paying for what? So you got further nights to like, you know.
Okay.
So I think it should be a split. End of the day.
Even the first date?
Yeah.
50-50?
Yeah, it should be discussed. Period.
It should be discussed?
Yeah, like, you know, just go down and then, like, when it's time to pay, it's like,
Give him a chance to
Let's hear this, Andre.
Yeah.
Let's hear this.
like, if you go on a date, like, and you finish the dinner or whatever, right? Like, you're not trying to be like, okay, thinking in your head, who's next? Like, am I gonna pay her or is she gonna pay? You don't want to be thinking like that. If she offers from the jump, then that's cool. Or if you want to do it, you can do what you want, but it shouldn't be like a standard thing to think that it's like a pressure-based thing. Like, you have to pay because that's the rules. There should be no rules when it comes to dating. You just go with the flow. And it should be like, huh?
Oh, no, sure. I was gonna say, you know, like when you first impression too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, he might think like it's cheap. Right?
yeah, you
No,
know, always.
First impression goes a long way.
It does. So you know, to take that first step and to be like, you know what, I got you. Until you guys further get to know each other, I think it's important for the guy to be like, trying to take
care. Well, it could work in the girl's mentality. If she's a quality girl, then like you said,
exactly. Yeah.
But
How
if
do
you
you know
know,
a quality guy from the first date?
you should be able to get that.
It depends. It
Well,
depends how
she-
far
yeah,
and
she
how
should-
fast you're moving.
No, you should know, man.
It depends how long you
How
know
do you
each other
just
too.
know? How do you know?
They have a detector.
If I have in a
should
blonde
know.
lace
You'll-
runner or a
No,
black.
it's not about appearance. It's about your personality and what vibe you're giving off.
How do you know I'm not
Think the
putting
way
on
you
an
dress.
act for you?
Exactly.
Some acts you can see through, some acts you can't.
I
How
think
do
what
you
you just
know
shows
that?
how.
Well, we'll find out when you go to the movie. Like, damn. God, man's like.
I think the way you dress actually shows how you are inside. End of the day.
What if it's hot outside?
No,
We could be hot and
no,
still
trust me.
be.
Like you
You
could.
can, yeah, you can.
It's self-expression, man. If you come a certain way, like a guy wouldn't know. He's not gonna be like, unless he's an idiot, he's gonna be like, oh, you're gonna know what type of girl.
I think
Okay,
that
so the first date we're saying, okay, we say the first date. What about afterwards? Is it the same rule until you're official, or does it change?
The way you act the first time is
it should be. I think you could split it sometimes.
You don't switch. You don't switch.
You
Yeah,
so I think people
rotate.
should take turns.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Take turns.
Afterwards, I don't think it really matters. Like, depending on how she sees you as well. Like, she might be like, I've had girls be like, no, like you always, you know what I mean? Let me get it this time, you know, and that's cool too. And being able to allow a girl to do that too, you know, to show her that, you know, she has let her play a role too, you know, and that's cool too. But I don't think the more you stress about it, like, you know, like you're worried the whole night, like who's gonna pay? You have your calculator app on your phone ready, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that serious.
Kind of like start staying home, popping a DVD.
You know, just keep it simple, man. Delicio, like, you know? I mean, that's how I feel.
What do you think, Paige?
I think that the guy should pay, but as a girl, I'm never gonna just like depend on the guy. I'm not gonna have my cash just in case, so I can pay for myself. But I'm not gonna be like the guy gonna pay. It's the bottom line. But it's a nice thing if the guy pays. You save money, so I'm
see
I'm not
money,
using
see that mentality? Most people have been having this idea that guys should be always paying since like forever. Like we gotta understand that girls been making since all the money we get now. So it's like they have just the amount of power to pay too. Like it shouldn't be expected for one like they gotta do it just because that's what your parents told you or that's what your friends tell you. Oh yeah, this guy should pay. He doesn't really like you.
You got paid on Friday too, but
No, you got more money than you work, so
You're full time. That's in that paycheck, you know. You both know what time we're working, so you know.
if the girl offers to pay, I think that's a good sign of her, pretty much.
Yeah.
I think that's a good sign. If she offers, then she has a different mentality almost. Period.
Would you let her pay?
Yeah. If she wants to, like, make her feel like she has a role, or she's worth something. Let her feel that.
Do you have anything to say?
Just it depends who initiates the date. If I'm initiating it, I have no problem paying.
What if
Well,
what if
would
you're
you
dating?
If we're dating, different times, different people pay. Like, doesn't matter.
So you're fine paying all the time?
And I don't know about all the time. No, that's a bit much. That's a bit much.
Yeah.
But sometimes I pay.
What's your date initiation ratio? I'd like to know
Yeah,
how
how
many times you've
often do you
initiated
initiate?
dates, you know, compared to
Because as
most
women, we
guys.
really don't.
I know.
Let's give a rough number.
You know what? Not that much, but if I did, I'd be willing to pay.
You're probably not gonna initiate it because you're not trying to pay.
Exactly.
no. But yo, you're not gonna initiate just so you don't pay.
Who initiates it, but then if you're not initiating dates, what's the point of that mentality when you know you
The guy
want like the free
initiates
ride?
But I agree though. Every time I go on a date, I still have my money in my pocket ready to pay because I'm not trying to.
Are you ready to pay this
Plus
time?
your money is
That's
not
a
much.
Western.
Honestly, not all the time. It depends what going out with. Depends.
Are you ever ready to pay 100%?
Sometimes I dish out my money first. I'm like, yo, hold that.
Wow.
Right?
Wow. Wait a minute, the guy feel, oh man, you know.
Especially
that,
if I'm
you know.
not feeling you, and I just want you to get on my side. I'm just like, yo, hold this money. I write deuces. Like, why am I staying there?
Oh
Like,
man.
If I go to first, if it's like a first date, like a first date kind of thing, I will kind of like pay my way because I will feel like if he pays for everything, he's gonna want something in return.
Yeah.
So I will, depending on the guy, I will be like, I don't worry.
That's
I'll
what
pay.
most girls think. man.
Sometimes
Like,
they'll think like if they start paying, they'll be like, oh, now I'm gonna always have to be paying. I wonder if this girl is gonna ever pay for anything. I'm like, nah, buddy, I got my money too. I don't need yours.
Yeah, that's why it's important for her to initiate some
Yeah.
type of action so that I can feel comfortable. Because most guys don't have
Here's
that
my
type
wallet.
of, you know, like they worry about it. Like, oh man, like I have enough money.
Is
you
this
know?
something guys stress about?
I think they do.
I think most guys would do
Yeah.
that. If they're not already past the level where they think like that.
They're balling.
No, that's not what balling. You know you're balling, you still feel like you have to pay. No, it's not what balling. It's like your mentality. If you go on that date thinking that you have to do it, you relax, man. Like really thinking like,
You're defeated. You know, the round's already over before
yeah,
they
like
even started.
you start living that type of
Sliding
life.
and
Like
stuff.
I have to be paying for this girl all the time, and you're gonna be worrying about it. You're gonna treat her funny because you're always paying. You don't want to do that, man. Like money's a serious thing.
It's gonna come up to a future topic too.
So yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, before we wrap it up, I mean, depending on who the female is and how long you've been with her, you know what I'm saying? It's not even really about the money, it's just about doing something nice for the person, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if it happens to be that it's a date and you have to pay, then that's cool. I just feel like it's all in that same category, you know? Just doing something for the person,
Yeah.
so. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Thanks, guys.
That was excellent, guys.
That was
Very
pretty
good
good.
job. That was, yeah.
Okay, so we'll do